Hi, good morning. How are you doing today? How was your week? Today is the last day of the working week, and we will always say thank God it's Friday. And when Monday comes, thank God it's Monday as well. My name is Jemima Emmanuel, and this is today's live on Equa Television International. Today we are looking at the topic destructive chat. Destructive chat. You know, every Friday we talk about social media. So today we are looking at destructive chats. Those chats you engage in on social media that have negative consequences at the end of the day. We are looking at destructive chats today. And I have with me on the set Solomon Sambo. Good morning.
Good morning, Jenny.
Joyce Jakada. Good morning.
Good morning.
Prudence Burger. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. I called your son name today.
You didn't forget. Yeah, you did.
Joyce, thank God it's Friday, right?
Oh, TGIF. Shout it, sing it. I'm happy, but if you are in the mission field, you don't have TGIF. Even if you shout TGIF, you find yourself coming to work the next day. So while we are shouting TGIF, tomorrow we'll still shout TGIS.
Thank God it's Saturday.
So it's a beautiful day, and then like the psalmist will always say, it's a day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. So I'm happy. I'm grateful to God for another day, and for the gift of life. Thank God that we're all seated here.
Prudence, how far are those in your generation?
Hey, they are the real TGIF. Today. Come on.
Or the what was that word yesterday? the
Kakuna.
Wow. Solomon
Wow,
Sambo,
just
hi.
wow. Maybe today we'll hear another one. I told you it's like somebody gifted Prudence dictionary day before yesterday. So we should be ready that the next season of today's live will be collecting.
Yes.
Well, we really thank God. Like Joy said, for gift of life. It is wanting to really sit down and reflect. If you look at how, like particularly for me, how last week ended, it wasn't funny. Like I was just praying, like, God, I'm at your mercy. I'm at your mercy. So, and then, bam, started the new week, and today we are ending it, and we can only say it always get better per day, and we are grateful. And wherever you are, and then you're going through one or two challenges, just be positive. Open up your mind. To some of us, we trust God for good health, like particularly me. And today I can say, yes, I saw the miracle. So it will definitely come. Just open your heart, and whatever you're trusting God for, be rest assured. And some people are just down, lamenting, thinking, crying, wondering, why me? Yes, if not you, who? The thing is that you may be going through pain right now, but just have it at the back of your mind that you need the pain. Convert it to fuel that will take you to the future.
I just saw a post this morning how a young man just writes a note that is presumed to be suicide note, and he just dropped it, left his phone, and he left the house. Like, it's on social media. If you know his whereabouts, if you see somebody, or if you can help, they're really searching for this person. And somebody just commented that a lot of people are going through a lot these days, and someone was like, I know this person. He used to be my neighbor. He holds on to God so tight, as in he's a good neighbor. Like, for all the times they stayed together, he never had an issue. So he was wondering, why would he even contemplate that? So, but no matter, like Sambo Solomon said, no matter how hard the times are, or how things might be, I might not know it. You are wearing the shoe, but I mean, it's just a phase. It will definitely pass. We are not where we used to be, and we will not remain here. So let's just hold on to the faith and trust God that this phase will come, and then it will pass, and God will uphold our hands to see us through. Like we started Monday, like someone said, today is Friday. So imagine if you just on Monday you say, I cannot reach Friday, or I decide to take your life. The people that were hopeful, like, are here today. So somebody said that now who give up on life, now him lose. Like if you give up, now you lose.
True.
So because the future is bright and is
true.
beautiful, especially for those that hold on to God.
Yeah, and speaking on how everybody's going through one thing or another, then you find yourself compounding it by engaging in some really disturbing conversations, and at the end of the day, you're hurt, or you're down, you're more dragged down, and you're wondering why it even started in the first place. But it's just because you engaged in very unhealthy conversations. You're engaged, and it seems like I'm already bridging into the topic of today, right? And you find yourself discussing certain things, engaging in very disturbing conversations, especially on the internet. I find that a lot. I've seen that a lot. It's just disheartening, especially when it has to do with football fans. Have you heard of what they call adawa? Football fans are crazy.
So
like,
what's
I
that in
cannot
English?
explain it.
The English mistress.
It's like dragging one another because
course.
of clubs that everybody is like, okay, this is a club I'm a fan of, and I'm a fan of the other club, and you're just dragging each other. And in doing that, you engage each other's you engage in very unhealthy things. You find them saying things that should not even be in the discussion to start with. You find people from talking about clubs to talking about your personal life and how it comes to play. I really don't understand. But a lot of times you find us engaging in this kind of destructive conversations on social media, and tomorrow you are disturbed, you are heartbroken and all that, and you remember some of these things because, as I said, words stick. I've said on this show a million times over, words stick. You will not remember, you probably not remember it today, you remember it tomorrow, and it can be dampening. It can just really do a number on you. So when you're engaging in this kind of conversations, why do you talk about cyberbullying? It's all this kind of conversations, unhealthy, destructive conversations, but that's one aspect of it though. So as much as it lies within us, let's do best to curtail what we dish out there and how we talk out there, and how we actually we need to protect ourselves, protect our space, protect our minds from a lot of things, because the arrows are there. They are just waiting for the target to shoot at. So do your best to curtail destructive comments.
True. And talking about destructive chats, we have always said it on this set that the social media does not forget. So whatever you have done, whether you have repented now, you are a new creature or not, social media does not remember all of that. So it brings it back. It pulls it out when the time is due. And so when you engage in this kind of destructive chat, there are consequences at the end of the day. And whether you like it or not, you have to dance to the music when the time comes. There's always this attraction to negative things. Like, people are more attracted to doing negative things, and then when it comes to doing something that is positive, it's like you need a lot of push to want to force yourself and beat the flesh to want to do something that is positive. But that one that would destroy you, you're always wanting to do it. That is why somebody from talking to someone that is a stranger to you, you're already exchanging informations that you should not ordinarily exchange, even with someone that you're familiar with, not to talk about someone that you're a stranger with. You're exchanging nude pictures, you're doing sex talk, sex videos and all of that. By the time that you feel you have gone over it, you have moved on, that one has not moved on, because it will stand against you, and there's nothing you will do or say. Is evidence is there. So how do you want to say this is not my face, it was photoshopped or something? So it is really easier to just do away with it right from the conception, right from the foundation. When weeds are growing and they are small, you easily pull it out. But when they have grown thick and big, it is really hard, and it takes a lot to pull it out. So it's easier that you really navigate through that.
And what you just said, incidentally, this morning I was reading some some things on the social media before I got to work this morning. I find it quite interesting that it is so timely that I read something like that. A number of actors in a specific, not Nigerian, in a specific country, in another country, a number of actors were cancelled. Or what you mean by cancelled is that the agencies they work with no longer want to work with them, and their career just seems dull at the moment. Why? Because of certain controversies. What are the controversies? More times than not, it is about bullying. Okay, so this person was a bully at some point in his life, or at some point in her life. This person has this form of attitude. This person posted this kind of thing on the social media, and that, and this, and that, and this, and that. You're talking about destructive conversations and destructive chats. How did these things even come to the limelight? Another thing. So you're talking about evidence being shown that this person did this and did this and did this, and it was written, it was somewhere on the social media, and somebody just went to dig it up and bring it back up. So destructive conversations can just be the reason why your life, in your real life, that the physical one, would be also tarnished. A lot of times we talk about destructive chats on the social media, and we don't even look at how it automatically just affects you physically. We talk about how the social media is a community of its own, and a lot of times we tend to detach the social media from the real me, and if you do that, you're making a huge error. That's why you cannot go and have conversations that are not
Whoever
healthy for
does that,
you.
is living in illusion.
Yes. So you're having that kind of conversation on the social media, and when you're asked about it, you're like, oh, no, it's cruise. I'm just doing it for fun.
No, it's part of you.
It's part of you. It tells on you. It tells on your character. So I don't know.
You see, talking about evidence, you see, anything you think, you reason it, you put it down and written, whether on a piece of paper or wherever you document it, or through your social media handle, and you send it, it becomes evidence. Like you rightly said, you know, the internet don't forget. They will always remind you, even if it does not. The evidence is there. Somebody can just go there and just dig it. That's the reason why now you find out some people are being very careful for what they send out there, because you can just send something for a second. At that particular second, somebody is waiting to see what Jemima would post. Immediately it's dropping. The person is screen grabbing.
So even if you delete it,
yes,
someone else
yes, we had instances whereby prominent people, politicians, you know, leaders in the spiritual setting, you know, made some certain posts or some certain videos or comments like that went out, and then later went back and delete. But people are just bringing it up and saying this is. But if you go to the main handle, you will not find it there.
It's not
But already people have downloaded it. People already have screenshot it. You understand? So you see, a Hausa person, I don't know how to put it in English, you know, but this Hausa added that said, "Gani gawani ya isawan is orang Allah." You know, okay, let me just explain my own. I pray to God that
I thought you wanted to say your own dialect.
that will make it worse.
Exactly.
Joyce, I thought today, like, we are.
She was calm.
Yes, I thought we are in a good.
No, there's still time.
Thank you.
This are calmness. Even me,
Thank you very much.
It's too early for
It's
you
too
to say I
early.
thought.
I'm telling you, it's too early. It's too early. Wake
you're
up, wake
swallowing
up,
your words.
wake up. Wake
Okay,
up,
let me
wake
just
up.
help you with,
Okay.
with the English translation.
Uh,
You don't have to experience something to learn from it. You can learn from another person's error.
Yes.
So from another person's mistake, you can learn. You don't have to wait till it gets to
Navigate
you.
your way. Yeah.
So
Thank you so much.
go ahead.
I appreciate.
She's
So
being
so
gentle this
so
morning.
so so you see,
Prudence.
Guided.
Yes.
Don't lose guard.
So you see, by happenings like that, I think we should be careful, particularly those that are very active, those that engage themselves like 247, they're on social media, and then just feel you can just write anything and just drop. It's either you are angry or you are overexcited. Because sometimes it's not when people are angry and they say stuff that are detrimental to them and to others. Sometimes when people are overexcited, they say certain things that they are not supposed to say. So you see, we just have to watch what we do. And then when you say somebody detaching himself from that thing that he's active on, I don't believe that. I think the person is just lying to himself, because it's what you do that translates there, that people see, no matter how you see it. Because I know you can lie to people, but you can't lie to yourself. Even if you are lying to yourself, you know you are lying to yourself because you know the truth. You understand?
I would like to see it from this angle. You see, when you say destructive chats, generally I think it has to do with conversation that is harmful, that is detrimental to the persons that are involved. Now, social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, among others, like avail you the opportunity or the platform to chat like with another person. And so in chatting, in conversing, people engage in negativity. Negative, like Jemima touched on some of it, like exchanging nude pictures and all of that, which of course is detrimental. It is negative. It will impact on your person, whether you like it or not. So what happens to error? You're trying to send to this person. There are people that give excuse that is my husband. So in trying to send it to your husband, and you send it to a group chat. A story was told, like this was not even, apart from, I learned a story about how a married man, sent his private part to a group chat. This is a well-respected person, and that platform was official. And then this person sent it, and he did not know, because he sent it. Imagine then turning off your data because you felt you sent it to your wife. And then it went viral. Some people must have screen grabbed it. Some must have saved it and all of that. And then your face is there. You're not saying that, oh, I wanted to send it to my wife. It was an error. Now, this lady, while I was in my 100 level, 100 or 200 level, we, of course, now, because of the advancement in technology, you have a group chat, a virtual platform where you can relate, whether you're in school or not. And so this girl, she probably is chatting with a guy, and this guy requested for her private part or something, and then she snapped her breast and her face was on it, and she sent it to the group chat. Of course, it's an error. Like, she's our classmate, and she sent it to the class group chat, and then people were like, immediately people were chatting, and she deleted it. She actually deleted it, but people have seen it. Some have already saved it. Imagine living with this kind of thing is destructive. So that we have a platform that avails us the opportunity to communicate with one another regardless of location does not mean we should tilt towards the negative. If you are conversing, can you be positive about it? How can somebody be somewhere and is requesting for you to send your nude picture? How can you go and engage in arguments that at the end of the day you stay depressed, or at the end of the day you stay angry, or you are bitter for the whole day? There are certain conversations that when you start, once somebody starts, or there's an angle that the person is taking the conversation, you don't engage. And that is why in school you're taught about valid arguments and arguments that are not valid. So the moment you see that this is becoming invalid, you don't engage yourself in such conversation. There are people that normally in general conversation, once I see you argue about certain thing, I wonder, you don't know the perspective, you don't know about different perspectives to issues. So there are people that don't respect that it is their point of view. If you are not seeing it in their direction, like, they will argue it. I was in a place, and then this woman was telling another woman, I think it's a Plateau woman and then an Igbo woman, and she was telling the Plateau woman was saying that why the Igbo woman was telling the Plateau woman, why people speaking Hausa Hausa is not supposed to be your general language. And she said, the Plateau man, I say, Hausa is our general language in Plateau because we have different tribes, different dialects and all. So the only way we can communicate with ourselves is Hausa. And the Igbo woman said, no, Hausa is not your general language. So I was there and I just asked her, so what should be the general language in Plateau? And she said English. I now said, are you even aware that English is not one of the major languages in Nigeria? And she said, as far as it's concerned, is English. Hausa is not a general language. So I say, how do you want a Buji man to communicate with a Mupun man? How do you want a Tarok man to communicate with a Jarawa man? And she insisted. Now, number one, she's not a Plateau man. Number two, she's not among the stakeholders of the indigenous tribes or something. Number three, like, even as a country, we all know. Do you understand? We know that the three major languages, English is just a borrowed language. So if we're talking Nigerian indigenous language, English is not even part of it. But the moment she just answered like I said, are you even aware now, based on what is on ground, statistics or evidence or basic knowledge, that this thing. So she's arguing without even backup. You don't continue that kind of conversation with that kind of person. So immediately just say, she Hausa is not is English. I say, this what ground? Where did you get that information? Madam just said she knows. I say, you don't continue this kind of person. So I told the Plateau man, you want to argue with this kind of person, you argue till the day. She will argue. She will not allow somebody to come and disrespect her. I say, hey, yeah.
You see what
these are destructive chats. These are
chats.
destructive, and you see people engaging in that on social media. Somebody will just come and provoke you for no reason, and you're responding. You make a post, and somebody comes to your comment section. There are people that they are not the one that made the post. Another person will come and comment. Then they will take it personal. They will go to the comment section and respond to the person, and then they are engaging. They are abusing themselves and all of that. Why engage in such? And then you now become bitter, you become pain, and then next time you are walking on the street, and just because you meet an Igbo man, and because that one that argued with you on social media, you hate on that particular person. There are people that say, I just hate. They don't hate you first, but once you just introduce yourself and say, I'm Tangale, hey, I hate, because there was an argument on social media with somebody. So why engage? Imagine a stranger coming to your DM, hi beautiful, I love you, I want to marry you. Or I love you, and or some words like sexy and all of that, and it does not go down well with you. Why engage such individual? If you tell the person, I don't like that. My name is Joyce. When you refer to me as Joyce. Which one is hi sexy? Sexy how? Or hello sweet? Where did you test the sweetness? So, and you're like, no, refer to me by my name. And then the person the next day is coming.
She's angry.
Do you understand? The person is now coming to you.
Sweet lips.
I'm going to, do you understand? They'll tell you hi, this your sweet lips. Where you see I'm test and see say na sweet. Do you understand?
And then you see her responding with one kind lips look like you were like.
That's
wow.
why all of these things are relative. There are some ladies that will see it as no, this one is a constructive chat because this person is appreciating me. But my friend, you say this hi sexy, and I say I don't want. My name is Joyce. Tomorrow, this person now still again hi sweet something, and then I just know that I should end it here. Because number one, I would just give you the benefit of that it was out of ignorance. But you now insisted. And because of how social media is, you are not seeing the person. So people feel they are liberty to say anything they want to say to you. Like you cannot do anything or it's my data.
That's the reason
but you don't indulge such people.
That's the reason why, Joyce, earlier I said Gani Gawania is the one that's wrong Allah. Because some people will deliberately engage you
to provoke you.
No, some not even the provocation. Some will say, "Nah, cheat and iskani." But please, in Hausa is sweeter.
and
okay, in
it
English,
more innocent.
Yeah,
In English, so.
she is irresponsible. She is wayward. Let me help him because they know who they are chatting with. So whenever you start, they engage you. They give you the reason to say all the nonsense that you are supposed supposed to say.
And you're the first to put it out there.
That's where I'm going. So they will allow you. You'll be saying all the nonsense, and then with your name there and everything, and then the person is screen grabbing and is keeping, and he's just waiting for you to just make sense somewhere that you are not supposed to make sense. Do you get
Then it
what I
pops
mean?
up.
Like somewhere that people are serious and you are pretending to be serious person. Then they will reintroduce you
To the people.
to the people that see the person, see who he is, and then bam, is there with all evidence, just the evidence you talked about. That's the reason why we really need to be careful.
True.
Yes. And
Because some people you just feel, no, I think it's my type. I think I'm lowering the girl. For us, the guys, I'm talking. Like, but she's just there. She's just laughing at you. She's just saying, let me engage the guy and then keep whatever he's saying as an evidence.
exactly.
You understand? So I
Exactly.
like Joy said, some of us, we just feel it's the social media. I'm not seeing the person. I'm at liberty to say whatever I
Well, I have a
want to
question
say.
for you. I have a question. Like,
and then you say all
how
manner
do
of
married men? I'm not referring to you,
no,
but married
you are
men.
okay. You are okay. It's a free
No,
table
I'm-
now.
So,
Say it.
how do married men think
Mm.
you are on social media and you are going to a single girl's timeline
Mm.
and you are doing hello pretty lady or hey sexy lady? You have a wife, is it that they don't know how to use the social media, or they are not aware that such conversation can be destructive? You remember I said that destructive chats are generally negative.
Do you
and
know
harmful.
how
Because
many
even
marriages?
if it's your DM, like even if you go to the DM in a world where people are screen grabbing and saving things, a young lady was sharing her story how that this guy kept persuading her that he liked her, he wanted a relationship, and she said, uncle, you're married now, so what do you want from me? And then at first he was trying to hide it. Okay, she put it to him that he's married, and he said, obviously you know more than I know about you. And then next he kept persuading, the girl insisted on no. He went to his status and put her name. After putting her name, and he did a long write-up, like you don't have to look down on somebody, like accept, give room for. He's trying to like blackmail her to accept him. I was like, uncle, you even went on to your status. You are carrying like this. This is something that is detrimental. Is that you don't respect your wife, or you don't regard your family, because this kind of conversation are destructive. Imagine this girl putting all of the chats that he had with her out there. It's destructive. I mean, you don't give room for such. You don't even indulge in such. You go and put in sweet baby, I love you, I do this, I do that. Tomorrow they are using it against you. See, if you don't give me 200,000, I'll show your wife. And you are running helter skelter. Or you as a young lady, just when you're about to get married, and this guy is telling you that, see, you remember that time that you were sending me your nude pictures? If you don't come and see me for the last time today, I'll show your man to be this picture, and you have to go and see him, and you say he wants to sleep with you. Tomorrow again, you tell I still have. You tell him to delete it. Oh, you say I've deleted it. Tomorrow you still show you another one that I have it in my saved in my email. So you want to subject yourself to that kind of life? No.
Well, I'm happy you asked this question, but you see, that's the reason why I said if you see anybody talking that is a cruise, right? He's just living in illusion and he's lying to himself. That's just the truth. And then you can't. For me, I feel, it's just your private life or your secret life that you are bringing it in public without knowing.
I'm not sure
Because-
it is without knowing. I
Yeah.
think it's just that you don't really consider the repercussions of it.
Or without
It's,
minding.
or you're thinking that you will not be caught.
Oh yes,
having
without
fun.
minding or giving a damn with everything,
Or you
But-
don't
but-
respect or regard your family, because there are
you-
people there are men that do that and they don't care.
Your
Even if
family.
she
If you
should
say
pack
if
her
you
things
want-
and go now.
Yeah, you see, there are men that even brag
Yeah.
that whatever you are trying to tell me, my wife knows, and she's staying with me like that. Don't you hear statements like that?
Yes.
Yes, they will tell you. They don't care. So that's why I'm saying, if you see somebody separating, he's just living an illusion, because they know it's just something that you damn the consequences, and you said, however, wherever, how you want to see it. People don't care. You see, why we get to where we are and things are really deteriorating, and then things are getting worse and getting more decay per hour or per second, is just this attitude of I don't care, is my life. I don't owe anybody any explanation. After all, I'm not the only person. I'm not the first, and I cannot be the last. Is my choice. If you're talking about heaven, who told you that I want to go to heaven? Just like some people were drinking, and then somebody was telling them this alcohol that you are taking will not take you to heaven. And they asked him, they say, you that is taking soft drink, how do you know that even the soft drink will take you to UK, not talk more of heaven? Do you understand? So is their life. And somebody will tell you that, yes, I know drinking is not the solution to my problem. Like you always say, that's not the problem. But before the solution will come to my problem, can we just continue to drink?
Let me hold body with this one.
That's what people are saying. So they are just trying to tell you they don't care. It's their choice. So when you see people, Prudence, when you see people behaving that way, it's just that they are damning the consequences. That's why some people will just tell you, I have signed for hellfire. Can you just leave me breathe? I've signed for it. What do you want? It's my life. If you see me burning in hellfire, will I come and ask you for water to help me or something? Just leave me. It's my life. So the devil is really working real hard, to just see that he just normalize everything and he just make you feel like the world revolves around you. So anything you do, it's about you and you alone. But if you look at Christianity, that's not how Jesus Christ taught us how to live our life. Because first of all, you are not even created for yourself. Just know that. Just know that. You are not created for yourself. You're just a vessel. Whatever that is for somebody, the blessings. That's why sometimes you just wake up and you dash somebody money. Or you see that you have a heavy burden for a family just to do something. You just see you doing something that you are not compelled. It's not because it's your will. It's because that's God's design concerning the people that you are to help. It's not in your power. But because everything that person needs is in you, whether you like it or not, is designed like that. It's through you that person will get that job, whether you are connected with him by whatever means in a relationship, you understand? Whether it's your cousin, your family friend or whatever. And in some cases, you find that you are helping people that you don't even come from the same state. Right? That's God's design because he has put in that in you. And that's why your help is in somebody that you get. When someone help you and you're wondering like, why did this person, what did I do? And the rest, God have designed it like that. So, first of all, we are not even created for ourselves. That's why he said that thing that you want for yourself, think for your neighbor. And that's how the life's supposed to be. But the other world is giving us, no, it's about you. You have to think about yourself. Make yourself happy. Don't care about anybody. Everything revolves around you. They're just trying to tell you, just live a life of isolation. And that's why you see it's very easy for someone to just wake up and say he want to kill himself. Because at that moment, you are being caged.
Considering
it's only you.
You're not even considering the hurt that you would leave others with, or the repercussion of what your suicide would do to the other people. But here's the thing: I think that over time, and I'm a little bit tilting to agreeing with what you're saying. Over time, we have neglected making deliberate and thinking through our thoughts and our actions before we go ahead and do them. We are emotionally driven. You make decisions, you have conversation based on what you're feeling at the moment. Everything, let me borrow Joyce's words. Everything is mushy. And so you go ahead and you give those chats, you give your nudes, you say those things that you should not have said because it's mushy at that moment. Or you're just so excited about certain things and you post something, or you're so angry about something and you just go ahead and write it and write it to the person.
Send it out.
A few years back, there was a controversy about someone being given a position of like really high ranking in the country, something that the whole information of the country was in his hands, and the whole controversy back and forth was that this person used to be a fanatic. And if he is a fanatic, is it really right for you to put him in this position? And a whole lot of back and forth that the government had to come out and talk back and forth. Why did this have to happen? Because at that moment, that was what he was feeling. That was his emotions. So he went ahead and posted it. And he said those kind of things because that's what he felt at that moment. But now he's telling you he's a different person. He's changed now. But nobody really cares that you're changed. People are talking about what they are seeing, what they saw,
and the
evidence and the effect it had then. So you're not. A lot of times that's how we approach things. You're chatting privately with someone. You're emotionally driven. You're writing a post. You're putting something on your status. You're emotionally driven. Everything is because that is what your emotion tells you to do. And you're talking about how we're self-centered. Truly, the whole world is tilting towards self-centeredness. But the problem with that is that me being self-centered is insensitive to Joyce. And Joyce being self-centered is insensitive to Solomon. So at the end of the day, when all of us are being self-centered, it becomes chaotic. Because what I want to happen to me, I do not want to happen to Joyce. And what Joyce wants to happen to her, she does not want to happen to Jemima. So everybody just goes their own way and things just become chaotic and destructive at the end of the day. And if what I am doing ends up displeasing all of you, then my image in itself will be tarnished. So a lot of times we don't look at repercussions. You're not thinking. You're not careful. We talked on this set about how you need to think through your thoughts, scrutinize your thought. I said that was right. I'm proud of myself. So you need to scrutinize.
There's drama.
Well, so you need to scrutinize your thoughts, scrutinize what you're posting out there, what how you're chatting with someone. Even if you're so close with someone, there are certain things that should not be out there. There are certain things that you should not even think about in the first place. So when the thoughts start coming up, please trash it, put it into the trash can, so you don't even go ahead and cause yourself any more stress. Earlier on, Joyce was talking about engaging in very irrelevant,
nasty
arguments. And I'm a football lover. In fact, I'm a sport lover. But I want to talk to my fellow football fans. Yes.
The ones in this generation.
And the generation before us. We have this trend. It's like,
because it's more like a button shift.
Yes, it's a button shift. So when we get to argue about football, it gets nasty. It's like we're literally battling on the battlefield. Everybody's just staring at each other. And at the end of the day, when you are supposed to have a conversation with this person as a normal person, you remember that he's a Manchester United fan. No, that's a Man City fan.
A Chelsea
we'll
fan.
not have that. And then there's
They
beef
always
between
call
it.
us mouthy people.
Can you see evidence?
I'm telling you.
So it just gets really nasty, and at the end of the day, it affects even your physical relationships with people. So as much as
Even your health.
even your health. Yeah. I think it was during the World Cup that it was told of how many people, about 3 or 4, that fell and died because of
We are
hypertension.
saying World Cup. We are saying World Cup. The African Cup of Nations, Nigeria versus.
Is it South Africa?
No, it wasn't South Africa.
No.
Because I know there are a lot
Where
of
Drogba
arguments.
came from.
Yes.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote
Yes,
d'Ivoire.
Ivory
Yeah.
Coast.
That final. Someone died in Lagos.
Yeah. So
Immediately immediately they equalized that goal, and then the winning goal came at late hour. He just slumped, and that's it. And you see, sometimes you just see
So he gave his life.
yes, you see some people will just losing a match because they engage themselves in some healthy conversation, unhealthy conversation.
There was already
You
a
understand?
destructive chat prior to
Oh,
the
Prior
match.
to it, yes, that's it.
We will take this. We will not take
we'll
it.
do
If
this,
you take it,
we'll-
man, die.
Yes. So after losing, then you find out for a week somebody is not coming out. Yes, because I'm afraid of seeing you based on the conversation that we had prior to the match. Or you see me following a longer route just to avoid you because I don't want to see, because already I by that I've caged myself. I make myself to look like what will I say, like less of myself. And if you look at it, the whole of this, even the people that play the game and receive crazy money for just exercising, they don't even know that you exist.
And they,
For
and
instance,
they actually
like
enjoy each
like
other's
Osime,
company.
for instance, he takes 500,000 euros per week. 500,000 euros per week. And then he's a person that when he misses goals, and then you hear somebody abusing him, cursing him, saying all manner of he doesn't even know you.
You see,
At the end of the, it's destructive. But
So,
you see,
I was just going to add to that.
Okay.
As much as this is how it looks in the sporting world, it actually cuts across the whole of entertainment industry. You find people engaging in very destructive chats because of artists, because of actors. And at the end of the day, it's affecting you because you're depressed on behalf of the actor. And I really don't understand why you would decide to do that to yourself. These are people that are there to entertain you, but rather we are using it to be, we are turning it to be something else entirely.
I know one thing, these
recently-
bloggers again.
Yeah,
These
and the bloggers.
They magnify.
They
the
magnify
Oh
the
no.
issues.
Oh no.
And recently there was a wedding of one actress, and how everybody went on. So they post this. These people are saying, "Oh no, the husband she's getting married to has been married before," and another person is coming to say, "How is it your business? What if she's even the fifth wife?" And everybody was just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and they said a lot of things that you should not have said to one another. And tomorrow, if this is screen grabbed when you have become someone of prominence, and
To
this is
stand
just
against you.
it will stand against you.
Particularly those
So
that
of course.
gossip.
Yes.
Exactly.
Gossip. Like you engage in conversation with people online and you decide to gossip about another person. Some of you,
gets
there are
crazy.
people out there. I mean, for example, you work in an organization and then you decide to go and chat with your colleague and you are chatting about maybe your boss. And then who told you that you remain friend with that person?
Exactly.
Who told you that person cannot betray you? So all of a sudden your God, I used to joke with you, maybe you find favor before and you see the person squeezing face for you. And you see, because you have decided to engage in conversation that is destructive. It did not just impact on your orga, it impacted on you and also your relationship with the other person, because you're like, this is the only person I spoke with was this person. And possibly she's not the person that sent it there. She also sent it to another colleague, and the colleague just said, did you know that this person sent me this message? Oga sent this message to me. He sent you this message. Send it for me. Screen grab and send. And then the other person, see the kind of your name is flying left, right, and center. There are some high that in the first place you should not even engage yourself in. I know that there are people that had cause to block them on Facebook and even on WhatsApp because of their choice of words. I made it clear that no, I'm not comfortable with this. If we have to talk, it should be on this ground, because like I can't live my life without boundaries. So at what point you should start, at what point you should stop. And once you're crossing the line, you draw the person's attention. And if the person is okay because you are holding your phone wherever you are and it is your data, thank God for the option of block. So if you are going to continue this conversation, it has to be positive. It should not be a conversation that will end up being toxic to either of us. Like that will end up being angry. Me, that I'm just happy, and all of a sudden because of a message I open from you, and there are people that will send you messages and you wonder, I mean, are you referring to me, this kind of message? And then you're wondering, what were you thinking at that point? And then later the person was telling you sorry about that. Oh wow. But your mood was already affected. So you don't engage in conversation with everybody. There are people that you see suggested friend, you just be sending friend requests to everybody. On what ground? You see suggested community or groups, or this person invited you to this group and you will join. You are just joining everything, and on that group they will now bring conversation. Men are scum, men are this, and you go to comment section and see what people are saying about the creation of God. Men, they are wicked. Men are this. Okay, I'm going to do this. Make sure you do this to them. You are teaching yourself how to be wicked to fellow men. Like, why engage in such? In the first place, you don't join such group. I've had a lot of invitation to different groups and all. Once I just see, there are some that they will not even open the profile till you join.
Yes,
I will not
yes,
join.
yes.
So you that you're inviting me, if you cannot explain to me the essence of the group, then I will not join.
There's no
So, and if they block their profile until I join, I'm not joining. because I cannot go and join, then read something or engage in conversation that at the end of the day will make me depressed. Some of the people that are committing suicide is not because they decided, it's the information that it's the information they receive, information that over time they stored in their head. You are worthless if you're not driving car. If at so age you are not married, that you need to gather here for prayers. Like something is wrong with you if you use this, or if you've eaten this biscuit, or you had this sweet and all of, and you are still unmarried, gather here for prayers. Like we live in a time where more than ever before, you need to guard your heart. No one at the scripture say guard it, because once you leave it open and then you allow every information, you engage in every kind of conversation, you see yourself going back thinking, oh, maybe I should do what this person said, or maybe I should do what that person. Destructive conversation. And that is where we always emphasize on your association. So if you just think social media is just a place to get friends and just do what you want to do, catch cruise, I tell you, be mindful. And be mindful, because I talked about a lady that lost her job because of the kind of conversation she had on social media. There are a lot of ladies that also, like, or even guys, that their marriage was cancelled because somebody brought one conversation that they had that destructive. So you have to be mindful. You don't have to join every trend. There are people that they don't have peace. Any trend that come, you must join it. Like I saw somebody making a post that I have succumbed to peer pressure. I have joined this trend. I have joined this challenge. Do you have to? Like we spoke about words last week. Is it necessary? Is it true? Is it kind? If it's not, don't engage in it. That conversation is already tagged destructive. That is to say it's going to harm you or harm the other person. So why continue in that line? Somebody will tell you that see, I will make sure I put this person into this depression, and then the person will come to you and abuse you, and you too want to retaliate like the other woman that say, I will not allow an Igbo man to come to my town and come and argue with me and win. Which one? How could you even engage yourself in such argument? Talking of looking for winner. Is there even an award?
Even if there is,
I will not allow her to come and disrespect me.
Major question, please. Are you a refuse can? That you let things, everything just be dumped on you.
You know,
but you see my
talking
problem
about guarding your heart. Sorry, you have to guard your social media. What comes to you and what goes out of you. Guard your heart with all diligence, because from it flows issues of life, issues of sexual assault, issues of nude, issues of destructive chat. All of that, it flows from you. It's either flowing or it's coming into you, gathering with whatever is inside and flowing.
The lady that died, it started from high on social media. Yes, it started from high, and from the high, her father was doing well. She was doing well for herself. I mean, at that level, she was studying, undergoing her master's program, and she has a boutique. But this guy sent hi to her. From that high, I like you and all of that, invited her to Lagos. She left school, she left her business, and she went to Lagos. After raping her, they killed her. You engage in conversations that will end up harming. The harm is not an injury that at the end of the day you heal from it. It was yesterday that you're showing me a video of a young lady that went out with a guy, and he took her to a hotel in Abuja. I mean, it was a scream that somebody had and drew the attention of other people, and they came and burgled into the room. He already tied her legs round, her hand as well, for ritual purposes. It was, and one of the men that was talking at the background, they tell Una, me Una, stop this hookup thing. They told people to stop this hookup thing, but you will not hear. Now, if not for God using this one man, like, you'll have been dead. A story. So from just one unhealthy, you be girl and you no get human hair, and then you went to comment, Kai, God, am I a stone? So the next thing you're thinking of, who would I hook up to get 200, 500,000 so that I can get here because of a conversation. You opened your heart.
So you see the need to really guard your heart, even on that social media. It's not just about physically. No, if physical is even easier because you're seeing the person. If he has a weapon, you're seeing it. If he's bringing out words from his mouth, you're seeing it. So on social media, you're not even seeing anything. There's this app a lot of times that you see on phones. If someone calls you and that person has a negative motive towards calling you. You just see that the whole thing is red, so you have an idea. Okay,
Danger.
this person is for this motive, this one is for that motive. So why don't you look for red alerts for social media as well? From the time that someone is highing you or helloing you or whatever it is, you already have an idea from the content that that person is posting. Oh, this is not good for me. Oh, that is not.
And that's why you have the option of the blocking,
yes,
because
why
they
don't
know
you
the
even
danger
leave that person?
of
You don't
that.
have to reply to every single chat, every single message on the social media. You're not
Jemima,
under any compulsion
True.
whatsoever to reply to certain messages. Yes, someone may send you a message and you see that, okay, this person means well for me. Probably in the course of the conversation, you got to know that no, I judged wrongly. What happened to retrieving back, retracting your steps and moving forward? A lot of times it's from offenseless conversations that people die, people lose their lives, people lose their loved ones, people do a lot of nasty things. Why don't you identify this red alert so that the moment they pop up, you know that this is a no-go area for me, because I need to guard my heart.
Even if you join like a group or a community, you can unfollow.
Exactly.
You can do that if it's somebody that you decide to accept the friend request and you're already chatting with the person. You can unfriend.
Nobody said
You
that the
can
moment
block.
you follow, you can never unfollow.
Do you understand?
You always go back and rewrite your wrongs. The question you asked earlier on about a married man indulging in this kind of conversation on social media, I feel like it boils from lack of contentment. You're not even contented with the family you're trying to build. You're not contented with the partner that you have. Yes, there are people that have made certain mistakes, either in their choice of life partners or whatever it is maritally wrong, and then they are feeling like, okay, the best option for me right now is to go and help myself. Let me have fun. Let me do what I feel I want to do with my life, because I only live once and I have to live it well, though I have made a mistake. Even in women, you find women making those kind of excuses. They have boys elsewhere that are satisfying their erroneous lifestyles and all of that. But then the point at the end of the day is, when you are doing it wrongly, you know, but then you are covering it up for yourself and feeling, well, I have to make excuses, I have to do this, I have to do that. At the end of the day, you know that it is wrong. Then you need to stop at any point. That's why there's always the option of a U-turn. When you're driving, before you get to that far away roundabout, there is a U-turn. You easily make your U-turn and start all over again. It doesn't matter how old are you or how long you have been doing it or how magnified your sin is. You can always have a U-turn and go around it. Many people will make you feel like, you cannot change. You can. Nobody should deceive you. You can change from destructive chat, be it on social media or even physically as well.
Sure.
You see, this one really always give me I don't know how to put it, but you see, we talked about relationship on Wednesday, right? Sometimes you find out, and you talked about mushy feelings. You see people in a relationship hoping that they will settle together, but one has already a pattern of life that he's coming with or she's coming with, and then this person, you're hoping there's nothing wrong, but as you mingle together, trying to understand each other, the person now is trying to introduce something to you. Sometimes that's when some people fall victim in the name of, let me show him love or let me show her love. And then she's teaching you certain things that you are not supposed to, because it's in that conversation, in this kind of relationship, that you hear like, okay, me, I like this, can we try it?
Things like
You understand? It can just be the normal chatting. It can be video call. It can be what do they call it? Is it sex call or something like that? You know, like you are not that kind of person. But because you are starting something with the person and you're hoping that this is the person that you will settle together, and the person is say, as we are going along, before we tie the knot, This is what I'm used to. It's possible that maybe his previous relationship, that's where he learnt it from. Or that's his lifestyle. He just feel he needs somebody like that. And that's not anywhere close to your value. And then the person is saying, can you do this? So you see the issue of boundary. It's very key. It's very important. The issue of who are you? It's very important. Some people see when you talk about your boundaries, when you talk about your values and your standpoint, they think you are rude. They think you are arrogant. No. As long as you are standing for what is right and you are standing, there's no force in this thing. Because some people compromise just for no reason in the name of maybe desperation by really not knowing. You understand? And then you give in to certain things that you are not supposed. Do you see the idea of God is to reset our mind, to wipe away our old memories of sin and to insert new ones that will be fresh and keep moving and think about heaven. But that's not what the devil wants. The devil wants to always steal your joy. You understand? Kill your happiness and then destroy your future, because he comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. You have to be very, very conscious of that. And when he takes away your joy, you are vulnerable. Because once you are not happy, your heart is open. That time, that key that you are talking to guard your heart already is broken. So you become vulnerable. The heart is open because you are not happy. So that you will take anything that will come in the name of advice. And the issue of cycle, people you keep, again, will help you, to you retract that your step that you talk about and to make things right. Who are your friends? You understand? So we need to really be careful. You just hear somebody said, "Oh, I'm just calling you. Can we talk? Can we do sex call, sex chat?" That's what is happening now. Sex chat, aside the normal chat, sex chat to just satisfy. Maybe it is the girl that is high at that moment or the guy. So at his own time, he want to engage you. He don't know your state of mind. He don't know what you are going through. He don't know at that particular time whether you have eaten or not. But in his mind, simply because he feel he wants to satisfy you, he engage you. Is that your pattern? So you see the issue of cleaning your mindset, giving you a new set of mind, a dream and a vision, in Christ. The things that the devil don't want you to do is to insert your mind with negativity. And you see the reason why most people regret relationship is because of the nasty things they engage in self. Seeing all the red flags, but they neglect, they disabuse that, and they just follow their own mind and they do whatever they want to do. Imagine you sending all those nude pictures. What is left again? Even if you are married, somebody has it there that he can just send it to your husband after 10 years and he will bring a fresh memory of assumption in his mind. Can we think that? And tomorrow you are not together and he will be like, what is there? Can she be a better person or can he be a better person? After all, I've known the person for this. This is what I have as an evidence, as a fact. Can we just try and work with the God's plan by allowing our mind to be fresh, to be renewed with things of God, not allowing negativity to choke us? So we should refuse taking things that are not supposed to be on our memory, because memory kills. If it's bad, it kills, because that's what it keeps most people in bondage, and they regret coming, their paths crossing with each other.
Thank you, everyone. It was a lovely discussion. Solomon Sambu, thank you.
You're welcome.
George Jakada, thank you. Prudence Bulga, thank you. Destructive chats, just from the word, you know that it is out to destroy you. It is harmful to you. It is detrimental to you and has consequences at the end of the day, if not now, later on. So you should, as much as possible, do away with every form of destructive chat on the social media and physically as well. I hope you picked one thing or the other to learn from our conversations today. Thank you for doing this with us. I wish you a lovely and restful weekend. We will come your way next week with great topics for discussion as well. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Bye.